When I started my legal career, I started as a criminal defense attorney in the United States Navy. I worked for a period of time as a prosecutor, um, as an assistant U.S. attorney, federal prosecutor, and almost all of that work involved criminal law. And what I noticed over the years as a prosecutor and as a defense attorney is the victims of the crime rarely were compensated for the injuries they suffered. If a woman is, for example, is raped by someone she works with, or sexually assaulted or harassed by somebody she works with, the authorities are likely to prosecute that individual. And nowadays, there's a good chance that individual would be convicted and go to prison. However, that's where the case ends for the state in most circumstances, and ends with a criminal conviction and the defendant going to prison. It doesn't make the victim whole. And what we try to do in our practice is understand what happened, understand where we can collect money from, and do what we can to make that victim whole. If a victim is, for example, is raped in a hotel, the perpetrator of that sexual assault may not have any money. It may not be worth suing him. However, if the hotel does not have adequate security measures, then they could be liable for the sexual assault. Employers can be liable for sexual assaults. In certain circumstances, other third parties could be liable for assaults. There may be insurance proceeds that are available to the victim in some cases. So what we do is we look at what actually happened to the victim, and rather than focusing on putting the defendant in prison, where the defendant belongs, we look at what we can do to help the victim. So what we do is we do our own investigation. Sometimes we work in tandem with the police. Sometimes we pursue cases that the police or the state's attorney's office or the district attorney's office elects not to pursue. So what we need to do is conduct our own investigation, talk to the victim, figure out what the evidence is, and whether there's a possibility of a good suit. If there is, then we like to pursue that.